This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the afternoon of October 14th, 2022. I'm Alex Brown. A business park in Floyd County that has been in the works for over a decade will soon open its first spaces. Don Lopp, Director of Operations and Planning for the Floyd County Board of Commissioners, says the $10 million Nova Park Innovation and Technology Campus in Edwardsville will fill a gap for small businesses in the region.
There's not, in the southern Indiana region, available lab space for startups to use, and that's something that does limit businesses like that to come into the market.
Lopp says the first two buildings are set to open in January, but there are 14 lots that can house numerous additional facilities as the campus grows. Indiana University's Vice President for Research is stepping down from the role next June and plans to return to the classroom. Fred Cate has led IU's research initiatives for nearly 8 years and will return to a faculty position at the Maurer School of Law on the Bloomington campus in the fall 2024 semester. Indianapolis has been given another chance at hosting one of the major events it lost out on in the early days of the pandemic. The Seventh-day Adventist Church says it has picked the city to host its general conference session in June 2030, which is expected to generate $44 million in economic impact. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Mark your calendar for IBJ's Women of Influence event on October 27th. We'll be unveiling this year's class of Indy's most powerful and inspiring women. Join us as we celebrate their successes and reveal the triumphs and challenges that have shaped their careers. RSVP by October 20th at ibj.com/events.
Whether it's a new hire or a noteworthy promotion, IIB's Bigwigs and New Gigs serves as a platform to promote your team. Our revamped offering includes being featured on both the newly redesigned newsletter and at InsideIndianaBusiness.com. Subscribers to the Business News subscription save $10 off every listing. Plus, you can save $100 by bundling your submission to IIB with the Indianapolis Business Journal or the Indiana Lawyer. More at InsideIndianaBusiness.com.
The Valparaiso Parks Department has unveiled plans for a 248-acre, $30 million sports and recreation campus. Inside Indiana business reporter Wes Mills has more.
Our partners at the Times of Northwest Indiana report the project includes 7 turf fields, natural walking paths, an outdoor plaza, and multiple playgrounds. The City Redevelopment Commission purchased the land for about $4.7 million. In March, the City Council approved using federal funds from the American Rescue Plan Act to reimburse the RDC for the land acquisition. Valparaiso Mayor Matt Murphy says the park's features are meant to create a campus that will, quote, serve a diverse community with a wide range of interests and abilities. The publication says the park design includes 3 main areas. The northern section consists of 4 multi-purpose turf fields with lighting, a restroom concession building, and ticketing. The central area includes 10 pickleball courts, administrative building, and a medical facility. The southern section has 3 more turf fields for football and soccer, plus nature trails and wetlands. The city hopes to begin construction on the park this spring. The project is slated to be completed by summer 2024. Wes Mills, Inside Indiana Business Radio.
2 of the nation's largest grocers have agreed to merge in a deal they say would help them better compete with Walmart, Amazon, and other major companies that have stepped into the grocery business. Kroger today bid $20 billion for Albertsons Companies, or $34.10 per share. Kroger will also assume $4.7 billion of Albertsons' debt. The deal will likely get heavy scrutiny from U.S. antitrust regulators, especially at a time of high food price inflation. If approved, the deal is expected to close in early 2024. Together, the stores would control around 13% of the U.S. grocery market, assuming the sale or closure of around 400 stores for antitrust reasons, according to J.P. Morgan analyst Ken Goldman. The executive director of the Stark Neurosciences Research Institute at the IU School of Medicine says a recently awarded $49 million grant is another step toward discovering novel therapeutics in the fight against Alzheimer's disease. Dr. Bruce Lamb says the funding from the National Institute on Aging will also greatly expand the understanding of the debilitating disease for which there is no cure.
We are now 4th in the entire nation in terms of funding from NIA for Alzheimer's research. So I think that gives you an idea of sort of we are in the midst of sort of those other 4, again, our names that you will recognize. These are sort of national leaders in healthcare. So I think to be in that group is really significant and obviously very exciting and something I think all Hoosiers can take pride in.
The 5-year grant will be used to study animal models of late-onset Alzheimer's disease, as well as perform rigorous testing of potential therapeutics in animals. Lamb says the goal is to recreate genetic mutations in mice that are similar to those found in people with late-onset Alzheimer's, with the hope that the work will lead to important new discoveries about the disease and potential treatment options. Indiana attorney and deal maker Tom Dakich is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports, and entertainment, and beyond. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Alex Brown for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.